Supreme Court decided today that in March they're going to hear an extraordinary 5.5 hours worth of arguments over the constitutionality of Obama's health care overhaul. They'll also hear other questions as to whether the government can punish states by reducing their Medicaid money for not participating in the law. They'll also hear whether if the main portion of the law, the mandate that you buy health insurance, if they strike that down, can the rest of the law still go into effect? Well, one of the things we have to keep in mind that this case has been heard in the federal appeals courts around the nation, and only one federal appeals court so far has said the central tenet of the law, that you must buy health insurance or pay a tax penalty, is unconstitutional. Most of the federal courts around the nation haven't said that. So it's going to be really important for the law what the Supreme Court says. This will be a major talking point for the president and for his Republican challenger for the upcoming election. So it's very rare that we see presidential politics get involved in the Supreme Court. Of course, there was the famous Bush v. Gore decision. But this is probably only number 2 after that one for a court to get involved in presidential politics. Several advocacy groups have been asking 2 justices to recuse themselves from the case. Liberals have wanted Justice Clarence Thomas to recuse himself because his wife, Virginia Thomas, worked for an advocacy group that has opposed the law. Justice Elena Kagan has been asked by conservative groups to recuse herself because she was Solicitor General under President Obama when the law was being formulated. And Solicitor General, of course, is a person who has to defend the law. But when the court released its decision today to hear this case, neither justice said anything about recusing themselves. So what we see right now is the full 9-member court going to hear this case in March and make a decision on it later in the summer.